Hi, welcome back. As part of the coordinate geometry videos, we'll be looking at area of a triangle, how to find out the area of a triangle given the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. Now till now we know how to find out the area of triangle by knowing the lengths and using the angles. We use formula of base into height, and we also use Heron's formula s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Okay, right. This is specifically when you know the coordinates, how you want to find out. So the answer for this particular area of triangle problem, what we are doing will be, proof will be, what we'll be looking at is in terms of only the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Okay, now let us see with whatever the knowledge we have with quadrilaterals and finding out the area of them. Let us see how to find out the area of triangle ABC. Okay, now let me say area of triangle, area of triangle, can I say ABC is equal to, we have to find out, right? Okay, now let's see how you can find out the triangle of ABC. Okay, we know how to find out the area of quadrilateral. Suppose you have a, or trapezium for that matter, you have a trapezium. Okay, right? How will you find out the area of this? This is B1, this is B2, and say this is equal to height. The formula is half into B1 plus B2 into height. This is the formula for area of the trapezium, right? So you can see here, one side of a quadrilateral is parallel, right? So you can, you know that it's a trapezoid or a trapezium. So we'll apply this formula. Suppose if you can observe very keenly this diagram, don't look at the ABC triangle, right? Look at these perpendiculars drawn to the x-axis. You can see that ADEB is a trapezoid, and also BEFC is also trapezoid. If I include these two, what happens? I will get the whole area. From there, if I subtract this piece, right? Let me try it in another color. If I subtract only this, if I subtract from that this piece, right? Then I'll be getting nothing but the area of the ABC triangle. Let me repeat that again. See here that you can see two quadrilaterals are trapezoids in this case. ADEB is one trapezoid, BEFC is one trapezoid. You include them, you will get the area of DABCF, right? Now from there you have to subtract something to get the area of triangle ABC. So we will be subtracting ADFC. Again one more trapezoid is there. So you are adding two trapezoids and subtracting one trapezoid to get the area of the triangle ABC. So let me write that step. I will say area of triangle ABC equal to area of, can I say something like this? What is that? ADEB plus area of triangle BEFC and what I have to subtract? Minus of area of this space, right? That is nothing but ADFC. Are you with me? I'll repeat that again. Just let me write this. I'll explain you again. Right. See here. We have to find out the area of the triangle ABC. To find out the area of the triangle ABC, I am leveraging whatever the whatever the information I have, how to find out with respect to area of the trapezoid. The area of the trapezoid is a quadrilateral where you have one side parallel to each other and the other side is non-parallel, right? If you look at AD and EB, AD, EB are parallel sides, right? And DE is the height of the trapezoid. That means what I have to do, my B1 is AD, my B2 is BE. I have to add them, okay? Then I have to multiply it by the height. Similarly here, BE and FC are the bases and EF is the height. Similarly, you look at this ADFC trapezoid also. AD and FC are my bases and the height is DF. Okay. Now let's put the next step to make it more clear to you. Okay. I'm going to take this part off, okay, because we have already gone through that. Okay, right. Now let us see how this is going to become, right? Area of triangle ADEB, right? Now see this very carefully, okay, right? Area of triangle ADEB. I said ADEB are bases, right? Half into AD plus EB. Can I write it as AD plus EB into what is the height? DE. That is nothing but DE plus half into, next what you have, DE plus CF, BE plus, these are the bases, right? B1 and B2, BE plus CF into height. What is the height? Height is nothing but EF, right? So I will say EF minus half into AD plus CF, AD plus CF into AD plus CF into DF, right? Now this is interesting. Now let's see how these values are going to be, okay? Now half into, what is AD plus AD? What is AD? AD is nothing but this height, right? AD is nothing but this height. What is this height? Nothing but y coordinate of x1 y1 point, a point, right? So this is, can I say it as y plus what is EB? EB is nothing but y2. So I will say half into y1 plus y2 into DE. What is DE? DE is nothing but, see here, this point x coordinate is x1, this point, A's x coordinate is x1, B's x coordinate is x2. So the difference between horizontal distance is x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1 plus half into, similarly what is BE plus CF? BE is nothing but, BE is nothing but vertical distance of x2 y2, right? That's nothing but y coordinate, y2 plus what is CF? CF is nothing but y coordinate of x3 y3, that is y3 into EF. EF is nothing but the difference between x coordinates of x3 y3 and x2 y2, that is nothing but x3 minus x2. We already have it here, right? I have done it for you. x3 minus x2 minus half into, what is this? AD plus CF, that means y1 plus y3, right? y1 plus y3 into I'll erase that so that it's clear. If needed, I'll go to the next line. This is x3 minus I x2. Let me see if I can simplify this so that I can fit whole thing here. What I have to write here, y2 plus y3 into x3 minus x2, x3 minus x2 minus of half into AD plus CF. AD is y1, CF is y3. I think you are pretty much with me, right? We are just only plotting the coordinates, nothing else we are doing. And what is DF? DF is nothing but x coordinate of x3 and x coordinate of x1. So it becomes x3 minus x1. Okay. Now let us add all this and see what happens. I'll multiply them and I'll put them, right? When I put them, I'll put x in first and y in the second so that it will be easy for me to compare them all. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, fine, right? So x2 into y1, x2 into y1, x2 into y2 plus x2 into y2 minus x1 into y1. So I will say minus x1 into y1 minus x1 into y2. So I will say minus x1 into y2 plus y2 into x3, nothing but in, okay, let me just put it here so that this is clear. This belongs to this line. Okay, right. Now what is this? Y2 into x3 is nothing but, we will write it as x3 into y2 plus x3 into y3. Okay, right? I'll write it down. x3 into y3 minus of x2 into y2 minus of x2 into y3. Are you with me? I am doing this part, x2 into y2, x2 into y3 minus of I have taken common, that y1 into x3 minus x1, that is x3 by 1 plus x1 by 1, okay, minus of what I will get after that. I have done y1 into x3 minus x3 y1 plus x1 y1 minus x3 y3, right? Are you with me? Minus of y3 into x3 minus y3 into plus minus x1, that becomes plus x1 of y3. I'll just close it here. Okay, now let us see where I can squeeze some place so that I can write the last step. Okay, right. Let me find out place. Can I erase this line and put this B inside? You're okay with that, right? This is nothing but x2 comma y2. That is nothing but x2 comma y2. Fine, perfect. Okay. Now let's simplify this. See here, I can see x1 y1 and x1 y1 cancels. I can see x2 y2 and x2 y2 cancels. I can see x3 y3 and x3 y3 cancels. So this becomes half into half into x2 y1 minus x1 y2 x1 y2 plus x3 y2 minus x2 y3 plus x1 y3 minus x3 y1 plus x1 y3 minus x3 y1. That is what it is, right? I'll put C here and I'll say x3 comma y3, right? You are with me there. Similarly, this is x2 comma y2. Okay, right. This is the last step. Only the thing, now I found some space which I can erase to give the last step. This is where we are starting. Area of triangle is equal to, should I say equal to there? Yeah, makes sense, right? Equal to, this is how it is. This is how we started. Okay, now you can see here, if I can take x1 common here, I have y2 and y3. Similarly, x2 I can take common here, I have y1 minus y3. Similarly, I have x3 common here, I will get this, right? So if I simplify this, this becomes half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x1 into y2 minus y3. This is very easy to remember. How I will tell you? 1 2 3 2 3 1 3 1 2. This should be 3 1 2. I did a mistake here. This is nothing but x3 into y1 minus y2. You can simplify this. There is one step in between, because you will get minus of this step. I have to take off minus, then it becomes like that. The formula is very simple. First one will be x, then you will multiply with the subtraction of y's. It's continuous, right? So and you follow particular pattern. See here, 1 2 3 2 3 1 and 3 1 2. So you are following 1 2 3 2 3 1 3 1 2 1 2 3 2 3 1 3 1 2. First one will be x, second one will be difference of y's. This is the formula for area of triangle, right? Okay, so what we will do in the next video, we'll do a couple of problems where we can see how to do sums based on this particular formula. Okay, area of triangle. Let me summarize that before I close this. Right, we have taken x-axis and y-axis. We have to find out the area of this triangle A, B and C. Okay, right. Now to find out the area of triangle, what I have done, I have drawn perpendiculars from each coordinate to x-axis. I can see that there I can add two trapezoids. I can add this trapezoid and this trapezoid, that is nothing but ADEB and BEFC, and can subtract from ADFC trapezoid to get the triangle ABC. So which I have done? and when I have done that, there is only one formula we have used, which we have learned in 9th class, right? That is nothing but area of a quadrilateral or trapezoid is equal to half into parallel sides average, right? Parallel sides sum into height of the trapezoid. See here, this is B1, this is B2. My formula is half into B1 plus B2 into H. Similarly for this trapezoid also, and subtract from this trapezoid. If you simplify and be patient for a couple of minutes, you will get this as the answer of the area of the triangle. Now think about this. Suppose one of your vertices A is at the origin, okay, then what this formula will become? Think about it. In the next video we'll discuss about it. What I am saying, if this vertex A is on the origin, that means it's translated to here. So what happens? X1 and Y1 are 0. Try to substitute X1 and Y1 are 0 and see what you will get. That is very interesting. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. In the next video we'll do some problems on this.